screen onto YouTube as well. As always, this is being recorded on YouTube, so if you do want to share your screen or anything, please be careful of sharing any credentials and things like that. My name is glowing up, so I believe that everybody can hear me fine. Okay.
Hello.
David.
Hello there, Marco. How are you going?
Good afternoon. I hope you're fine.
Yes, I'm well. Thank you very much. I was starting to worry if anybody can hear me or not. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Maybe you can tune up a little bit the volume.
Okay. Let me see. That is slightly higher. Is that any better?
Yeah, much better. Yes,
Much
great.
better. Okay, great. I just need to put the microphone a bit closer to my mouth. Thanks, Marco.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can
very
indeed,
good.
Scoop. How are you going, mate?
It's not too loud, is it?
No, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Because on last recordings, I watched last AMA, and when I jump in on my phone, I'm normally loud, really loud. I just don't want it to be too loud to ruin the stream.
No problem. No
Both
problem.
imbalances this week.
It's most probably my fault because I haven't mixed around the things a bit too much, Scoop. So I will decrease the volume just very quickly to make sure. Right.
Yeah, I'm still on my phone. I've got my new internet come today, so it should take me about 50 minutes to set up. That's why I'm still staying on my phone.
Who are you
So I've
going
come
with?
home. I've got no
With
PC
Sky?
or anything. I've just gone with Virgin Media. 300
Okay.
meg
Yeah.
down, and I think about 30 meg upload.
That's all right. That's good.
Only 30 quid a month. It's about 33 a month.
That's all right. That's not bad, is it?
Yes.
Let me just pull this up here just to make sure oh no, that's not what I wanted. That was what I wanted. Right. Okay. Don't want that either. Okay. Right. Okay. I'll just go through as always. Just very quickly, as always. Little disclaimer, not in the slightest the trading guru, just going through the markets with code and math, trying to create strategies, debunk bad ones, find good ones. This is always recorded on Twitch and YouTube, so if you are participating and want to share your screen or anything like that, please be aware that obviously be careful sharing your credentials, as I said earlier. Do your own research, do your own back testing and things like that. Even if you do have confidence in the trading strategies that I build or anybody else builds, please make sure you do your own back testing. It's important. As always, welcome to everybody. Thank you very much for joining me again on Thursday. There's less people at the moment. I believe it's probably because of the time of year and things like that, but welcome to everybody. I hope everybody's well. Welcome to any new members. Welcome back to anybody that's coming back and joining me weekly to talk about crypto, talk about trading in general, and going through all of the updates that I'm trying to build to make some tools to help anybody keep profitable. As always, Discord has its own downfalls. If you do have any questions, please do interrupt, because the more we're in, merrier. Just to interrupt away any questions that you have about anything, I will happily answer. As I can't see you, I don't know if you have questions or anything like that, so please do interrupt, and I will now move on to the updates. What I've done is I've pretty much got the same for the same presentation as Tuesday. Reason being is because obviously some people may have not seen Tuesdays. I've got some updates mainly for the one which I've been working on since Tuesday, which I have pretty much completed the framework. I've now added a couple of setups in there, which means that it's ready for us, ready for me to add my setups, and ready for us, if anybody wants to participate as the community, to add their setups inside it, so that we can build predefined settings for all of these indicators that we've been building since the beginning. So we'll go through very, very quickly the updates. I believe that most people, because I've seen that a lot of users have started using the trader.dev. Trader.dev, I didn't even put it up. Let me put it up. I think I might need to put up my other browser over here. Where is it? Other browser, David Tech Demos. Is that going to pop up here? Yes. trader.dev here. Okay, trader.dev is a website which is literally a trading journal for your trading strategies. Very simple at the moment, and obviously there's no trading strategies in there for me. So very simple at the moment. The idea is you build trading, add trading strategies as you would add to any third-party services. But this one here literally records the trading strategy wins and losses into a journal and creates a graph, a bit like the one that I just had on my screen a second ago. This one here. Creates a graph with the list of wins and losses in the trades, your win rate, things like that. So you can go back and check the wins and the losses and things like that. Like I said, it was something that I would try to delegate a bit to another couple of developers and was not particularly successful at that. So I put this together myself. If anybody's got any suggestions, a couple of suggestions were posted in Discord of this week, which I will add. There was profit factor, another one, a number of days in trade. There was lots of things about dates, so work out how long the trading strategy has been added for. Somebody asked me to create a leaderboard, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a drop down on the side where it says public or private, which allows you to hide the trading strategy if you don't want it to be inside the leaderboard. And I'll just have a page which has got a leaderboard on with the best trading strategies of the month, the best trading strategies of the week, and the username added, maybe something like that. And then if that person wants it to be private, they obviously just have to click private. If not, maybe through the community, we can share the settings and things like that. So it's in a leaderboard. So it's, like I said, a way of recording trading strategies on data from, so you've got your back testing results, and now you've got a forward testing result, so it takes it as if it's on a live situation. There is no trading fees in there, so you have to be careful of that. It's something that I will add in the long run. Another thing that I need to add is multiple take profits, which I haven't looked into. Well, I did look very quickly before releasing it the other day, but I didn't have enough time to finish it. So they're the kind of things that I'm going to be adding in the future. And like I said, if anybody's got any suggestions, I'm open to suggestions and talking about it and adding any features that may help us as a community. So that was the forward tester. I won't go into deep on how to set up. I did do a very quick article here, so you can click here to see how to set up. Oh no, sorry. That's strange. Okay, my article has disappeared. Maybe this is obviously in my cache. There's an article normally here which is getting started, which should show you the getting started of how to set up your trading strategy. I will look at that in a second, because maybe I didn't publish the page because it hasn't shown up on this one, so maybe I didn't press publish. And it's not showing up because, I know why, sorry, my mistake. It's not showing up because this account which I'm on at the moment is just a demo account and not a logged in through Patreon account. So it will show up an article here which shows you how to set up very quickly. I am in the process of editing a video of how to use it correctly as a system. So it'll just go through the ABCs of setting up a strategy so that you can record results and find out how well it's performing. That is that one there. And then I had the smart money updates. Like I said, I'm going to just go through all these very, very quickly as I did on Tuesday. The smart money updates had quite a few updates on Tuesday. Fair value gaps are now mitigated and change color. So when the price action comes and taps into the fair value gaps, they're mitigated and not removed from the chart. They stay on the chart for 25 candles. No, 25 new fair value gaps, and then afterwards they're removed off the chart. They change color as well. Today I entered here at I think it was, no, it wasn't here. Where was it? I was stopped out at 3 o'clock this morning, and I was stopped out around here as well, and that is not my entry. Just bear me 2 seconds. I've not refreshed my page here at all. Have I pulled up? Okay, anyway, so I've been stopped out this morning. I've obviously restarted my computer before coming on here, and it hasn't loaded the most recent chart. So I've been stopped out once this morning at 3 o'clock in this morning. I got back into my trade and was very, very close to being stopped out again. But I'm still in a trade. If I have my mobile here in a short, which I post in in the thread on Discord. I posted all of my wins and losses recently. Just trying to find the thread here. The thread is in Discord, which you can find here. You have to go into over here. Sorry, just hide people's usernames just in case. Right, okay, so you have up here, you have active threads, and if you click on that, that will bring up these active threads here, where you can find my ABC setups that I've most recently been playing around with the actively trading. Been trading ABCs for quite a long while, added the fair value gaps to the situation, which has made it a lot more profitable recently over the past about 2 months, I guess, since I've been building this indicator here. So I've put all my setups in there. Like I said, I was stopped out. I've had a great win streak over the past. It must be about a week of high risk to reward, and today I got stopped out here, and then have taken a short, which is currently in.
I also got stopped out on the twice as well today.
That week
exactly
up there,
the same trade. There's two. There were two of them, and to me it looked like it was just a stop loss on that. You know what I mean? So at the first wick, what came up, I joined in after the first wick because I thought it's going to come back up. So straight after that, I joined in and I got stopped out. Like, what? And then another wick come up, so I thought it's definitely a stop loss on that. And I did it again. I got stopped out again. So like, what? And then joined back in.
Yeah. It's not nice when you're on a winning streak to get them, but it's all part of the game, I guess. But yeah. I'm currently in a short, which is 37.51% in unrealized profit and loss in BTC. I didn't get into Ethereum.
Are you going to close it?
Am I going to close it? At the moment, no, I'm not going to close it at the moment. I don't feel that I will. Keep an eye on structure to move my stop loss to break even. But at the moment, I won't. There's this fair value gap here, which I do believe is maybe a bit too far down. My bias is obviously where I've been through and I've done a full video for Friday on how I go about taking my trades. So obviously tomorrow. But my bias obviously is towards the way that the market's moving on the weekly, and then I might put my week high and week low into the situation, which actually already is added thanks to the market thing there. So shorts at the moment, I currently they're smaller than my longs. My longs I try to keep it open for a longer period of time, but there is this fair value gap here which has been mitigated there. But if you go down to the 2 minute time frame, there is still a candle with this large fair value gap here, which kind of, there we go, I just moved it. It kind of is very close to the 618, which is the strategy which I'm trading, so I'll leave it open. These are the fair value gaps that are interesting to me. I will obviously move as my stop loss to break even and take some profit off of these fair value gaps as we come down, and leave it to see if it gets as far as this, which
that's a good spot, sure. David. That MSB on bottom left, that's a good spot. That's a support and resistance. Bottom left of your screen now. That's where my tip. That's where my.
Okay, yeah, right.
There.
Yes.
That's support and resistance at quite a few times over the last few days. So that's where I had my target from that short this morning.
Okay, so right the way down near the 768, I guess, around here. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been I actively watch anybody that's trading recently. Smart Money, ABCs, Wyckoff, and a lot of people seem to have the same sort of price at the moment. So yeah, sort of that area, those areas. So we'll see. I guess the market's going to do what the market's going to do, as they say, but we'll see.
But there's an MSB.
Sorry?
There's an MSB, market structure break.
At the top here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Normally it's like Meter Kaplan will go long, if I'm right there.
That I don't know. I thought it was the other way round. These ones here, market structure break. I didn't realize.
No, it won't go long on that.
Not up here.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have there an MSB. Normally, I thought Meet the Kaplan will go when it breaks there. It goes back up.
Okay.
Turn that screen off a minute, David. That Smart Money settings screen a minute. Let me just have a quick look. Can I zoom in? Yeah, I can. Wow, I didn't even know I could do it. There's no green market structure break, though, is there?
There's a market structure break here and a market structure break over here. Yeah, Meter Kaplan. I have back tested a couple of his strategies, and they are very profitable. My kind of strategy is really. I'd say mine's closer to an ICT strategy, although they are very, very similar. But I believe that I put lots more value into the fair value gaps, which are below me or above, and that's where I put my targets. Now, as always, I can be completely wrong, and without a doubt that could be
that Marco we were speaking.
Yes, it was Marco. Yeah.
That market structure break there, what you can see, that it'd wait now for that price to go up. It won't go long there. It'd wait for it to go up, and you see the leg down, the green candle, what caused the leg down. That's where it'd wait for price to go back to, and then it'd short from that top green candle on that market structure break.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I will monitor that trade. Interesting how that will go further.
Yeah, but that's what he would do on that market structure break. Wait for it to go up to that green candle from that previous leg, and then it'd be looking a good lower time frame and look for it short on the market structure break in 2 minutes or 1 minute or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, David.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hey, that's Blake here.
Right.
Wanted to see if I could ask you a quick question about your boilerplate.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I'm using the variable correctly, but the activate threshold risk reward.
Yes.
I think you have it set at 1 by default.
Okay.
I can't seem to get it to work with the Fibonacci or with any of the other take profits. Maybe I'm using it incorrectly, but I've noticed it lately when I was just using the normal Smart Money, the normal Smart Money, what do you call it, strategy that you released a month ago or so. And I think that's what it was intended for, was when you were using the Fibonacci.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is there a certain way that you have to set up your take profits and stop losses in order to get the risk reward to work? Because I like to use that instead of the threshold stop loss percentage one sometimes, and I just couldn't get it to work. Am I using it incorrectly?
Okay. Now I have been working on that code since Tuesday, because on Tuesday somebody said to me the same sort of remark. So there's obviously two two options. There's the risk to reward, which gives you the make sure that your risk to reward is a minimum of X percentage, or not a percentage even. It's making sure that the reward is more than the risk. And then you have the second option, which makes sure that your stop loss is less than a certain percent, and if that percent is above that, if it's above that percent, it replaces it by a percent. Now, I did find a bug in that code recently, which I'm updating. It seems like in certain situations on some of the indicators that it's replacing a lot, well, all of them with the percentage instead. I found
Right. I did notice that also.
Yeah.
You're talking about when you use the threshold percent?
Yeah. So I've updated that, and I've got a new update coming up. It'll be coming up most probably Monday. I'll try and get it done over the weekend and finished, but that update should be ready latest Monday.
Okay, and the idea behind, if I'm correct about the idea behind the threshold and risk reward is, like you said, so you don't get into a trade if you're not getting at least, like in the case of the default settings, 1-to-1 risk reward. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. That's how it should work. Absolutely.
And I've noticed, like, just when I check that it'll fade like it's calculating new trade settings or whatever, and then it'll always come back with the same number. So it's not adding or removing trades.
Okay.
Like, for instance, I'll be getting just a normal, like a 0.4 risk to reward in some cases. And so it basically, in cases where I'm using a lower pivot, it almost always is not useful. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
because like the strategy itself, because there are quite a few trades that are just going to end up costing with the rake or whatever, the house taking big commission.
Okay.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, you're totally right too. Totally right too. I'm just writing it down now because I have been, like I said, sorry, I've moved away from my mic. I hope you can hear me. I have been working on that area of code recently. I will double check to make sure. So thanks for pointing it out.
Appreciate that.
Is. But I will I'll just write it down very quickly because otherwise I'm like a risk to reward thresh.
And as far as I could tell on the indicator that you originally released, unless you changed anything, it was working the last time I used it.
Okay.
I think you intended it to, but it was just when you created the strategy, I noticed it wasn't working.
Okay.
But I appreciate you.
Completely different code between the two of them, so that is potentially the case. Yes. I will have a look. And I will. I'll post something in the group as soon as I've had a look at the code to see if I can find out where the problem is coming from. That.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much for pointing it out. Okay. Right. Yep. So. This was updated on Tuesday. There's been a couple of requests about alerts for me to add a couple more alerts, which is great because I wasn't really sure where, the MetaCapelin, the strategies that we were talking about a couple of minutes ago, they're not. There's tons of different kinds of strategies that you could use to this indicator for, and obviously I can't trade all of them. So if anybody needs me to add any alerts for your trading strategies that use this for, please don't hesitate to ask as well, and I'll add them as I go along. Right, that's that one done. I believe I've gone through all of that. Like I said, tomorrow I've done the part one of my trading strategy, because obviously I've been updating inside that thread the the trades that I've been taking recently. So I did a short video on market structure and things like that. I follow in the mornings to take my trades, and I will continue that until I've gone through everything. Yeah.
Is that trade visible for everyone? Because I saw it after 1 week or maybe more.
Yeah, I believe that it is visible to everybody. Like I said, I managed. I know that not many people knew about it. That's why I spoke about it on Tuesday. And if I keep it updated, normally it won't go away. So what I'm going to do is, there's a couple of people in the group that would like a room, like a trader's room. So I'm going to put another category inside of trading. Inside of Discord, which will be a category which is traders and or it won't be signals, but setups, trader setups, and in that category there'll be ABC setups with David. Won't be signals, but trader setups, and I can hear myself on feedback.
Is this?
Yeah. So
there's a robot.
That was strange. Yeah. So.
Scope, I and Scope missed the thread. I don't know if this is the right word, but yeah, we both missed 1 week with your information.
Yeah,
so, I'm afraid a lot of people missed that.
No. Yeah, it was thanks to you, Marco, that I started talking about it I didn't realise that threads weren't shown up to everybody. It was thanks to you that I started talking about it. So yeah, I apologise about that, but I will. Like I said, I'm going to create rooms, move things that are not useful to anybody, like the crypto bubbles. Maybe I don't think that needs to be, and add a room in Discord so that they're easily findable for anybody that wants to do their trading setups. I'll set up a room for them as well, so that you can do daily updates inside that room. I will have one in there which will be called ABC Setups with David.
Okay, great.
As of
can you see statistics?
Sorry?
Can you see the statistics? You now have, for example, the Twitter news bots also.
Yes.
I'm not sure if people are looking to that.
No. That's right. Yeah, the crypto bubble one, which has now been put private, I removed. I believe that most of them are. Nobody particularly uses. If any, like when we did last time, I'll slowly remove them. If anybody wants them put them back on, obviously I'll put them back on. But I don't think
the only ones I use out of all them is whale alerts. That's only I don't use it. But if one pops up, I'll look at it and then look on the coin. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I use out of all that.
Yeah. I don't think that anybody really. It was just at the start when I started building it. To be honest, I pretty much went round the most popular Discord. I'm not somebody that had a Discord ever before. I went round the most popular Discords and just ideas off of people that had a good Discord.
That's the best way to do it, isn't it? Though I say, it is though. Like in it, it's like I don't know. You take a leaf out of someone's book. If they're successful, that's what you do, don't you? It's just,
absolutely,
it's just the way of life.
Yeah, if it works, don't fix it, eh?
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
David?
Yes.
I have one other suggestion about your boilerplate. I'm not sure if you've ever looked into it, but oftentimes, like when I'm building a strategy, I'm sort of looking for a risk reward for shorts and longs have the same parameter. So, like, if I'm using 4, I'd like to have the long and a short be 4, ideally. Have you ever considered adding, like, maybe a third option with a checkbox or something where you can, like, calculate the risk reward for both shorts and longs? That way, when you're optimizing, you're not constantly, like, trying to, like, just waiting for results that are, like, pretty close to one another. And the disparity sometimes is, quite large. Like, it might be showing like a 4 for a risk reward for a long and like a 2.3 or something for a short. And you're going to have to make adjustments. probably at some point when the market shifts. But
Absolutely.
have you ever considered doing like something where you could enter just a number that you're using for both longs and shorts for like risk reward, for instance?
Okay, yeah, no, I've since the very beginning they've always been very separate. Sorry, certainly I can look at the idea and add it. Let me add that to the list as well. I come organised today. I did have a notepad, so that's good. Right, yeah. So
I noticed like even when you're building your strategies a lot, like even back when you were doing the picks per cent for most of your strategies, you would try to kind of find a similar take profit, if not exactly the same, and a similar stop loss. I thought it might be beneficial to give users the option, to decide if they would want to do the same for each direction.
absolutely, yeah, totally, and I agree. Yes, yeah, it make things much faster, and even if you don't use it afterwards, I mean, you could change it and separate them afterwards. It helps you to optimize maybe a bit faster, which would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just add that.
Cool.
Same for long and short. Okay, cool.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Okay. Yep. So I've gone through that indicator. It's nice to see that it seems to be quite useful to most people. So I'm quite happy with that. It certainly has been quite useful to me and my trading. Next one is the one. The one is a trading strategy that I've been building. The idea has come of, I know that since the very beginning of David Tech, I know that settings has been a bit of a problem for anybody just starting up. So the idea of the one is almost a beginner-friendly setup for anybody who wants to find the settings pretty easily. I'm going to go through my best settings and include them into it for any trading strategy. Let me bring it up very quickly because it makes it easier. So the idea is it's extremely limited on setup. There's a couple of things that you can change. You can change things like long and short, or just remove all the longs and just remove all the shorts. This area here I've left for the moment because whilst I was developing it, I didn't know what was useful or not to the one, so I've left it there for the moment. It'll probably, most of it will disappear into predefined settings as well. Most of it's not particularly that useful. There is the hedge mode, the pyramid mode that is available. That's the same sort of the thing as this here. It may end up being removed, but they're the only settings that are really included. We have obviously the times and days and sessions and things like that you can change. And other than that, there's just the setup with your APIs, so you can connect to whether it's Endless Margin, TradeLab AI, for Alertron, or whatever one you're using. That is there for you to add your APIs in there. And currently, like I said, I'm pretty much finished the actual framework. It was probably last night? Yeah, probably about last night. Finished the actual framework, which took me ages to convert everything into functions and move everything round so that everything can be converted into static values instead of having all of these things. And I've got currently in there 2 setups which are not absolutely the best of the group, but it's a start. I wanted to first of all be able to put them in there so that we can start so I can start getting feedback of what could potentially be problems, what could be right, what could be wrong. This setup, I have 2 setups running myself on the bigger extender. These are the 2 setups in there. Now there, I have got to go through them because, like I said, it did take me a heck of a long time to go through and convert everything into static fields, rename everything so that it was understandable for me, so that when I do receive the Excel spreadsheets for anybody that we want to add to the one, I can easily move from a static spreadsheet into the one, so that I can import other people's settings. So these I have set up a Big Extender 1, Big Extender 2. The Wolf and Bear I'll try and get in there for this evening. So they've got setups. I optimize in these settings. You can see where I've optimized, or the person is optimized. So there's 2 bigger extenders there. You can click on it. You can see that it was provided by David Tech. It was on the BTC USDT. It was optimized on the 15-minute, and it's on the Bybits chart that I optimized it for. That way you can see where they are. You can go back and back test it yourselves, and you'll be able to see how they work, whether it's for you or not. My personal preference is that what I'll do is, for every setup in here, I'll provide the Excel spreadsheet on the website, so you can download it. That way you can just literally copy and paste that Excel spreadsheet into the full strategy and play around with it yourself, actually understand what's behind it. But if you'd prefer just to plug and play and leave it to run, as long as you're doing it on a testnet first, that's up to you guys, I guess. But it's the reason I'm reticent about it is that I always prefer anybody that's trading any trading strategies, for them to understand what's fully behind the code, fully behind if they don't want to go through the code, obviously it's not a problem, but understand what's behind the code, what's behind the strategy, what the settings are. So I will provide everything so that you can see transparently what's behind all of the settings of these strategies here. Plug and play always worries me, because I just like I said, for everybody to understand what's behind them. But I think it's a step in the right direction for people to understand what's behind the algorithms. And that's done, so I will release that today with the 2 setups in there. And if I get the Wolf and Bear finished by this evening, I'll release that as a new update as well, so that you can test and have a look at those setups that I have been trading for a while. And then the next step will be, I will be trying to provide a new strategy setup once a week, obviously through the YouTube, and if the YouTube channel, and if it's something that's particularly good, I will add that to the one in the same way as the other ones there, with predefined settings, and then a link to the actual trading strategy, so that you can play around with the settings and find your own best settings. And then there's going to be a community side for anybody who wants to participate in the one. The idea of that is that anybody who has great settings, like I keep saying, everybody keeps providing absolutely fantastic settings for in Discord daily. People share their Excel spreadsheets with the members. This way, if your settings get picked for the one, that way I can give you a reward. It sounds a bit strange, but yeah, you see what I mean. I'd like to give back as such. So for anybody that's settings are picked out for the one, there's going to be rewards. There'll be also quarterly rewards, which will be much larger rewards. So I'd like to just try and give back to anybody that's making it easier for everybody by sharing their settings. And so that was me blabbering on again about the idea. Hope it's what everybody would like, and I'd just like to try and give a bit back to everybody as such. So
good idea.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope that like I said, it's just a way of me being able to give back to anybody that shares their settings on Discord. Okay, so I will release that, like I said, after... Oh, Lucky Bunny, I just... there you go. Okay, yeah, cool. Right. Yeah, so so there are updates for today. What I'm going to do is Vlad isn't here today at the moment. The idea is that Vlad will be receiving anybody that's got any good setups that want to submit to the one. If they could send them to Vlad, then Vlad will be sending them to myself. And then if anybody wants to be part of a kind of a jury in a way, I guess. If anybody wants to help me go through the results or see the setups, and then we'll vote on them as a community or something like that. Things that are important, obviously, are things like Sharpe ratios, the equity curves. The win rate is obviously important, but isn't the means or an end all to a good trading strategy. So we'll vote on the best ones and work out a way as we go along for that.
David.
Yes.
The optimizer, is it correct that it's not working? I haven't tested today.
There was somebody that said to me, I think it was yesterday, that there was a problem with it. I haven't had enough time to go through it. I will have a look this evening. If there's a problem, Andre will...
Vlad, I took a look at the open source for that, David, and
yes.
I made some adjustments and I fixed it was the CSS selectors.
Yes, yeah.
Failing. So I made some adjustments and I actually sent the zip to Unsafe. Ask him to forward it to you and you can take a look at it. I made a couple of other small adjustments, but
thank you very much.
The CSS selectors are correct if you just want to take that and put it into yours. Without the other changes. But
thank you very much. It seems that TradingView have decided to change the CSS selectors weekly or bi-weekly. So I think it's going to be a problem that's going to come up quite often. Andre,
their server load. They gotta knock their server load down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's why Andre has completely taken over the project, because he's now full-time doing that. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. If you've submitted to him, he will be updating it for me anyway. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I sent it to him a few hours ago.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Right. Will those updates immediately be visible on GitHub or not?
He has to accept them, so they should be pretty quick. Andre is actually on holiday this week, so that's probably why he may have not replied quick enough. So I will have a look. I have access obviously to it as well, so I'll have a look and see commit if I will. I'll update my version, and as soon as Andre is back, he'll update his version as well.
Yeah, okay, so we soon can then download from GitHub instead of waiting on...
Well, if you don't have a problem with it, David, like if you take a look at the code that I sent and it looks fine to you, and like if you want to use it and see that it works out the way you want, I have no problem with, because I know it's open source, I have no problem with putting this in like general settings, so anybody that knows how to go through and just unpack the extension themselves. Like I have no problem with doing that. Just for what it's worth.
Fantastic.
Like.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was. Yeah, absolutely. Andrea and I have been working on the actual script for about a year now. And it's we've always had an open source version of it, which has been out since the very, very beginning. And if anybody wants to edit anything, do anything with it, they're welcome to. And yes, thank you very much. It'll be great if you don't mind making it available to anybody.
Actually went into the local app data, and I found the source itself wasn't that you have like published on the Chrome extension store. It's I don't know if it's like this for all of the extensions, but it was like they were separated out with all the different JavaScript files and stuff like that. So I've been playing around with the most up to date one. So I don't know if that's what you intended, but that's the source that I took a look at and I was playing around with.
Okay. To be 100% honest with you, like I said, Andre works for me, works for the community. He's been away for a week. I don't know if he's got the most up-to-date version on his GitHub. I have a personal GitHub which was a private one where we just literally shared between the two of us any updates or any differences that I wanted on the one that's on the Chrome version. Obviously, there's going to be differences in things like meta and logos and things like that. So we have two separate ones. I'm not sure whether his one is the most up-to-date version, to be honest, the one that's on the GitHub.
What I was saying is that, like, for the most recent one that you had published on the 28th of July, the actual source for the extension that you published is like retrievable on your local system. If you go to your app data local and you find the correct extension, it's all unpacked inside of the app data. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, but that's the one that I've adjusted. I've looked at his code too, and like you said, it was like kind of older. So you've made a lot more, or whoever's worked on it most recently has obviously made a lot of changes and stuff that have optimized it. But that's the one that I directly kind of worked on just for the CSS selectors and a couple of other things that I thought would help speed up the process.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic. Yes, there's no problem in the world with that whatsoever. I'm very happy.
All right, I just wanted to be clear.
No problem whatsoever. My one's generally the one that's the most up to date on my GitHub, unzipping it and everything. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. It's open source as far as I'm concerned. Anybody can look at the source. Anybody can edit the source. It's open source.
Yeah, just let me know if you need it directly from me. I'll be happy to send the zip to you. I know you and Vlad communicate, but if he's out of commission and you want to take a look at it, you can always just reach out to me.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
And it's B Bailey 2828 in case you were looking for the handle on
I just sent you a message.
Discord.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome.
Cool. That's great. So thank you very much, Bailey. Thank you very much for that. That's great. So that means that saved me some time this evening having to look through those wonderful CSS selectors. It's not the easiest thing to do. Other than that, so that was they've gone through pretty quick. There's quite a few really updates behind the hood, but it was pretty quick really. If anybody's got any questions about the one or anything, I'll quite happily reply. If anybody's got any questions.
I've got a question. It's about, I got it sent by Suji. He's asking them is there an update on the integration with MetaTrader?
Is there any? Now, I have been speaking to a developer about creating the strategies for MetaTrader. It's a bit of a longer process than I was expecting. I haven't really got that many updates for that at the moment. Let me try to get back in contact with her this evening to see if I can push the deal along. MetaTrader, so that she can at least start work on MetaTrader. Yeah, I will speak to her this evening to see if I can push it along to see if we can get some updates or at least get it started on the projects. Thanks, Scoop.
Hey, David, it's Richard here.
Hi,
I
Richard.
just wondered if I could ask a really quick question. Just because there was quite a few people that were asking, we on most of the strategies, there's when you click on style, there's
Yes.
an option to click on the clothesline, and there's a blue line that kind of comes up, and
Yes.
it's linked to the multi TP break even, and we were just wondering what that line is.
Good question. I can't remember offhand. Good question. Now, why? Yeah.
I don't know itself.
It's only because when you turn it on and off, it can really change. I mean, most of the strategies, it really changes the outcome. And
really?
usually when you put it on, it seems to make most of the strategies a lot better. And yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me just have a look at this one over here very quickly.
Cool, thank you.
It was a long old time ago that I did these here. So it's this clothesline, yeah, close the second
That's
one.
it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I think I saw your chat about it earlier. It's a blue line that pops up. That's right. Okay. 69%. Let me have a look. I don't know if that did. Oh no, it didn't pull anything up. There we go. That one didn't change. Okay. It was Richard. Richard, I'll have to come back to you because I can't honestly remember why it was.
Okay, no worries.
It was just such a long time ago that I plotted that that I can't remember these. And no. Let me just plot it.
It's linked to the when you go to input and you go to move stop loss to break even, and you change it to multiple TP.
Yes.
That's the blue line. That's the line that the trade will close at. That's where the stop loss basically automatically will close at that blue line.
Okay.
And usually when it's on, we've been finding that usually the profits are generally much better, and the profit curve is a lot better.
Okay. Okay, it shouldn't be. I will have a look. I believe that, it shouldn't make that difference. I believe, Richard, that the idea behind it when I first programmed it in there, like I said, it was a long, long time ago and I believe it really should only be the outer skirt of this blue EMA cloud that I did, or red EMA cloud. I believe that was the idea behind it. If it's changing the profit, I need to have a look back to see why, because I must have done something different as I was trading it at the very beginning. So I will have a look. I'll have a look this evening. I'm going to write that down as well because it's very important to understand why.
Okay, awesome. Only if you have time.
No, of course,
yeah, that'd be awesome. Thanks, man.
No problem. So we're looking for the close line. And find out why change profit. Why change profit? Okay. Curve on it was on multi-time frame you said as well. So multi time frame. Multi-take profit, not multi-time.
Yeah, the move stop loss to break even. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a look. It's interesting.
Awesome. All right. Cheers, dude.
Thank you very much.
Good, thank you.
Lucky Bunny said, "I'll unmute your mic for you, Lucky Bunny, just in case." Okay, there you go. Okay, early bird strategy. Is there a way to get your entry signals only? Is there a way to get entry signals only for the early bird strategy? Let me think. Is there a way of getting entry signals only? How would you could do it through going into the settings maybe and using the hedge mode, because that will only, the hedge mode. Would it be the hedge mode? The hedge mode works on a flipping system. There's also another on most of the new strategies, flipping mode, which means that you'll get one signal on each flip. So as a long becomes a short becomes a long, you get an alert at that point. I should imagine that would be the solution that you're looking for to get an entry only signal without having stop losses and take profits and things like that. Okay.
David, question about Vector BT.
Yes.
Vector Candles strategy
Yes.
from Ollie. If I'm right, you said 1 or 2 weeks ago to send him the update.
Yes.
But we haven't seen it yet. Is it difficult to code? Any idea when we can expect version 2? Can you give us an update about it?
Yeah, sure. Victor Candles, I've spent a lot of time coding the strategy. My problem has come with the detection of the W patterns and getting the candle and things like that to trigger, very much like the ABC strategies, getting them to trigger at the right times in TradingView. I work a couple of hours on the Vector. A couple of good hours I've worked per week on the Vector BT strategy. I haven't stopped working on it. It's just that it's Is it bad? Okay. It's not that I've stopped working on it. It's just that it is a lot harder than I was expecting to find the pattern and for it to trigger off the alert at the right time. I hope. I was going to try and do it for last Friday. I couldn't get the good back testing results that it deserves as a trading strategy because I do believe that when I've manually gone back, the results look a lot better than what ones that I've got on the TradingView back tester. So I will continue working on it. I will try to get something out next week with the Vector BT 2.0.
Okay, thanks for updating. Great.
No problem. Yeah, it was one that I was hoping to get out because it does seem to do well. It's just that, like I said, it's been a bit harder than I expected to get those entries, which is.
You're now at this moment satisfied with the patterns with the W and M?
Am I satisfied with them?
Currently.
They're very much like having the same sort of problems as the ABC patterns. They work very well when they're manually traded, but they're with the actual back tester, they're just getting in that candle too late, and it's just causing the strategy back test not to look as good as I think it should do. So I've just tried to dedicate a little bit more time to it. To get it.
Yeah, then it's better indeed to wait before everybody's going to complain.
Yeah. I don't want to release something that's not going to work. So I'm always a little bit more hesitant now to release these kind of strategies, which I believe are good, and release them so that they're. And now we've got the one as well. Hopefully, I'll be able to release with some decent settings as well.
You're looking to all strategies for the one. I think you or Vlad are maybe optimizing them.
Yeah. So my idea obviously first is going to be the ones that I actively trade. Actively trade being the bigger extender, the big extender, the wolf and bear. I have. There's a couple of great setups that have been sent to me recently, so I'll backtest them. I will put them onto trader.dev. I will create myself a public account so that everybody can see somehow the trader.dev results for the future add-ons to the one, so you can see that as well, so that it'll be transparent as possible. Any trading strategy, I'm open to add them. It's just like I said, there's going to be obviously things like the minimum requirements of a Sharpe ratio of a very, very much minimum would have to be a 1 of a Sharpe ratio.
Yes. Very important.
the things that I've noticed on my one is that maybe more trades would be a good one, good for this. But I wanted to obviously get this out because a number of because otherwise it's just going to go on forever without it ever being released. A number of trades I'd like to be a little bit more than 65% profitable. It doesn't have to be something that's particularly important. Obviously over 50% would be good, over 53%, because obviously the fees that we have to pay and things like that means that we have to have above a 50% for it to works better on bots when it's above 50%, obviously. But
yes, but can be difficult for people when they see that 50% is losing mentally, or how do we say that in English? Physically, I don't know. But
yeah,
I can imagine when you're trading big amounts and you see each time 50% from the trades is losing, I'm not sure if people will trust it then.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Like I said, I'll try and be as transparent as possible. I'll try to put the forward tester transparently so that everybody, and then it will be just a general decision of whoever's behind the screen is obviously going to be able to choose the settings or the strategy that suits them the best. Yeah, but I totally agree with you. It depends on the way that you trade. The proof is in the pudding with the ABC, things like that. As soon as it goes below 50% profitable win rate, it obviously is psychologically a lot more difficult to trade. So yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, some price actions for ABCs, for instance, sometimes it's like 45% win rate, but obviously I urge a lot the trades that you're losing because of your stop loss to the trades that you're winning. You're still making money. So I mean, it's all in people's heads, isn't it? Sometimes we should have one what's like 38%, but if you're winning in a big margin, the risk to reward is massive. Then you don't, you know what I mean? You shouldn't really worry about it. I know a lot of people will because it's below 50, but you know, the big wins are going to make up for that. You know what I mean?
Totally agree with you, Scoop. I've been, like I said, I've been trading the ABC for a long time, long time. Like everything depends how long you've been trading for, but quite a long while, and for quite a long while until I started adding the fair value gaps and things like that. I believe that it was lower than a 50% win rate, but like you just said, the risk to reward is massive, so it didn't hurt at all the account as such, and the stop losses can be very small. So
it's like my it's like how I've been doing it. The stop losses on my way I trade manually. I can lose 10. I can lose 10 in a row. It doesn't happen, but I can lose 10 in a row and then win one. So 11 trades, I could lose 10. Win one, and I'd be back to normal anyway. You know what I mean? It's just all about going back and looking at the trades and seeing if they're making it back. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you don't use a small stop losses scope.
I don't use small stop losses.
Oh, because you enter also in the night, and you then don't have a stop loss, if I'm right.
I do what? Sorry.
I thought you said in the past you enter also in the night when you're sleeping, and sometimes the stop loss was bigger, or not?
No, my manual trades, mate. I always have stop loss, but sometimes if I forgot to put the stop loss on, or I've set a trade off and fell asleep. If I'm watching a trade manually, if I'm eyeing a trade up, I'll have 2 pages open, and sometimes I'll just click straight on because I see it moving fast. So I want to be in that position. What I've been watching for ages, I want to be in at that spot. So when it does it, I just press it, and then I forget to put a stop loss on. Sometimes, afterwards, and then I go to sleep and wake up, and it's gone through. But I always put a stop loss on manual because it just saves you, really, doesn't it?
That's a corner.
Somebody asked me if I Oh, sorry.
Heiken Ashi, double RSI. Did you say in the past that there is one problem with that strategy or not?
Not as far as I know.
I traded that. I want to do some strategy.
Because it showed always very good results. So I expect that it must be a strategy that must come in the one.
Okay, thank you very much, Marco. I will have a look. Yeah, definitely. I haven't had a look at that for a long while, so it's going to be fun going back through some of them.
There are so much strategies, but
Yeah.
I think this must potential 100% for sure for the one.
Cool. Thank you very much, Marco. I'll have a look. Sorry, but
probably also.
Sorry, Marco,
Brilliant strategy that when you first opened it, when you first released that, I spent about 3 weeks optimizing that, and I looked over there and on my PC I've still got all the settings.
Regulates optimizer. Hello there.
No, okay, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure whether Richard was talking to us or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, great. That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's going to be fun going back through some of them. The good thing about the one is I'm also going to be able to, because it's now coded very simply inside the structure, I'm going to be able to build some strategies inside it, test them much easier and things like that. Be able to test some of the old settings and things like that I've found. We've found as a group, sorry, because I haven't found them all in the slightest. I mean, we've still got the database of all of the spreadsheets, so I can go through them and have a look as well. So
yeah, but you can't use them because there are differences with current boilerplate.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do these manually anyway. That I have to manually code them into it. So what I do is I have the spreadsheet on one side and on one screen, and then on the other screen I'm manually coding them in there to test them anyway. So yeah, that's just good fun, believe me.
There's a couple of questions in chat, David.
Okay, cool. Yes. Thank you very much. Bravo. Yeah. Strat base. I can't seem to get entries. The same point enter. Using the wrong version. Sorry, I'm trying to get the idea of the question. Can't seem to get the entries at the same point at the indicator. Okay. Yeah. The squeeze momentum indicator. There's actually about there's about 100 different algorithms for the squeeze momentum. I did use one that I think I posted in the video. Recently, I have been recoding another strategy with the most recent. I think it's Lazy Bear, isn't it? If I remember rightly, that coded it for TradingView, because he had a setup with the squeeze momentum. I believe that he couldn't update the code, so below there's a link to his newest version of the code, which I think I used that one, and that may be why there's a difference between the back tester or the actual result entries that you're getting and the actual squeeze momentum. I'll do another video about squeeze momentum because it is something that I like trading for a long while. I'll do another video about it, and I'll go through the different algorithms that are available for squeeze momentum and choose the best one. Choose the best one on the back tester, and then I'll make it available for everybody.
Good job.
Yeah, any chance of having some of the best indicators converted into Python? I'm using Freaktrade mainly. Yeah, Freaktrade was how I started most of this journey. I used Freaktrade for a long time. I think, to be honest, the one of the reasons that I didn't code any Freaktrade, I think that's how you say Freaktrade strategies up until now is because you couldn't short in the slightest. It was all long based only. They have recently recently. I'm not sure, but have added a beta version that has the possibility of shorting on it. So I will go back and have a look. There's a couple of Python frameworks that I want to go through on YouTube with everybody and test. There's some for arbitrage and things like that I'd like to test as well in Python. So the answer to the question is yes, I will be coding some of these in Python, which I have started.
Okay, cool. Because I test the beta one, and they have certainly the short trading possibly.
Yes.
The main problem is they don't have the multiple take profit time up to now. So you need to have only one profit and one stop loss. But trading stop loss is working, but not multiple take profit.
Cool. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that's great that they've added shorting. I think it was something that was requested quite a long while ago. So it's great that they've added it, and I will be going back and creating some strategies for that.
Okay, cool. Because it can eliminate one of the middlemen between the exchange and the strategy. So
yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Totally agree with you. Yes. Yeah, something that I'd love to do some, like I've been saying it for a long while, but I'd love to do, if anybody's like interested in doing like a Python evening where I can sit trading and installing. Well, start by obviously installing something like Freaktrade together. So anybody who doesn't know how to install it, we'll do that, and then go through like building some indicators together. Maybe if anybody's got any suggestions, I can sort of like just code them while we're chatting and do that, something like that.
Yeah, if we can just have like a great library from some indicators that is interesting in TradingView, and to have it in Python too, it can be great, because I translate some of the Pinecode to the Python, but sometimes it's not really easy when you are not very good in the trading world. So you don't know what you do. So
yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, there's more and more, but there's a lot of them now available on GitHub and things like that. But I do understand what you're saying. Yeah, totally.
Thank you, David.
No problem. Thank you. But it's 1+ for Python. Yeah, me too. I've spent. When did I go away for a week? It was end of July. So I've spent about 4 or 5 weeks now learning as much as I possibly could about arbitrage. There's different ways of arbitrage. I've also spent a lot of time learning about XGBoost for machine learning. The reason that for machine learning is there's going to be several things that I'd like to explore. One, machine learning would be to help us try and find the best possible price of entry, using machine learning to work out the spread and to work out where we should take our limit orders so they will actually get completely filled. That's going to be one part. The second part is going to be sorry, I've lost my line of thought. The second part is going to be trying to estimate with machine learning whether tomorrow's candle will be a bullish candle or a bearish candle. It's something that I'd like to try and do and try and work out. Maybe just at the start it'll be something like connected to a Telegram bot, which will send the bias of the machine learning to Telegram as an idea, and then maybe integrate it into things like into a full algorithm of an automatic trading bot that trades, like I said, arbitrage or something like that. So I hope that will be the next steps of David Tech as such. Any ETA on the one? Well, the one is the framework and everything is now completed for the one. I'm going to release the one with the 2 setups that I've got here, which, like I said, pretty much. If you don't mind, it's to mainly get feedback from anybody that might be like. Just ideas that to improve it, to remove things, to add things, because, like I said, it's the first time that we can release a strategy that has absolutely 0 options on it. So I'm going to release it straight after this call. Any suggestions that I should add back on or I should remove? I'd love to hear your feedback. And then through the next couple of, I'm going to do it. I'm going to add new strategies, new setups to it weekly. So you'll be getting updates to that weekly until I run out of ideas and can't find any strategy setups. And then it'll just be filled with the strategies that are there. So yeah, it'll be ETA is for after this call, but it pretty much in its own way is it a beta version until I'm sure that this is what everybody wants. Integrate a screener inside the one. Can it be done? Can I add a screener? What would it be screening? Because the problem with the one is it is very, very static. For instance, the algorithm here is optimized for BTC USDT on 15-minute as so yeah. So I don't know how I'd use a screener, to be honest.
Maybe things that it's working on all pairs.
Yeah, maybe. No, it's very much optimized for one pair. If the algorithm works on several pairs, it'll be written in the notes next to here, just here like that. This is where you'll find most of the information. I will also put like a link up here where I will be sharing all of the settings so that like I try and push again, but the idea is if you want to then go and take the settings and then put them into the actual full strategy using the optimizer, and that way you can change it around to make it work better for yourselves. But yeah, so the screener, I'm not sure. Just an idea. Switch its fail statement. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Ready. Totally. To make things, cut down on processing time. The one, it's finally being released as the first version. So. Oh, but are we talking about the extension or the actual the strategies? Sorry. Okay, talking about the one, I guess. Okay. The one. Okay. Yes. So yeah, I have spent a lot because so it's just a suggestion on how to reduce the processing time. I have as with this close that we were talking about earlier. The actual boilerplate's been around for almost a year now, so I have been recently spending a lot of time with Andre, who works with me, optimizing. And yes, it still needs quite a lot of optimizing. So yeah, your suggestion, I will definitely look to make it. It does take a long time to load. I do know, but there's a lot of information in there
now. Can we also see with the one if it's using multi-take profit?
Yeah, for the moment, I'm going to keep it to one single take profit. If it is, I was optimizing before I came on, and maybe it's there. Is it the one I was optimizing? Maybe this one here. No, it's not that one. That one's the bigger extender as well. Yeah, so I was optimizing. I'm going to keep away from multiple take profits for the first ones. Obviously, if it does take multiple take profits, I'll put it in the notes at the side here. Anything like that that's out of the ordinary, it will be there. Your entries still obviously show up on the chart like that, so you'll be able to see whether there's multiple take profits as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Then we have also to look what the stop loss is.
Yeah, you'll be able to see your stop loss. You'll be able to see your take profits.
Yes, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not visible in the settings.
Won't be invisible in the settings. I have a limited number of space for me to put this here. So what I'll do, like I said, is I'll make a page on the website that'll have the settings, the full list of settings, and also I'll take notes like I just said, whether it's a multiple take profit, single take profit. I'll also write things down like I just said. I feel as though this one hasn't got the number of trades that I'd like. Do a deep back test. The deep back test is quite good as well, but do a deep back test because you obviously need more results, and those kind of notes I'll add to the website.
Yes, the total trades is for me personally important, and yes, that's something that's very difficult with a lot of strategies. Enough trades.
Totally agree. As you saw on my last video where I managed to get the grand total of about, I think it was like less than 20. Yeah, it's hard.
I think we must skip those strategies that has only 20 trades indeed.
Yeah. Yes. Totally. Yeah. I agree, Marco. Sorry, I just saw Bailey's gifts that he sent as well. Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah. From the point of view of my YouTube channel, I code, as you know, tons and tons of strategies. Some of them end up in the graveyard. Some of them end up as YouTube channels. My idea behind the YouTube channel will be now we have the one for the best trading strategies. The website, the YouTube channel, I will still continue to build videos for, because there's loads of rubbish strategies out there, and I'll give my honest opinion. There's loads of great strategies out there. I'll give my honest opinion as not personally, but as backtesting results from code, which I'll continue to do. So, like you said, I think that when there's not enough closed trades, they certainly won't end up in the one, for example.
Great, you're right. Yeah. Okay, and maybe you can soon discover a lot of new strategies when you have finished Python, and then you can convert them to TradingView.
Yes, yeah. The fun thing about learning machine learning and things like that is like you were talking about before, is there's a couple of functions out there that allow us to almost mix and match the available functions inside of the TA libraries in Python, and using different functions inside of machine learning. We're able to let the machine choose the settings, and it will be able to give us a graph of best settings and not and settings for other ones. So that's something that I'd like to explore a bit as we go along. Sorry.
Is it limited, or can you insert unlimited indicators, libraries?
You're obviously kind of limited to the ones that are in the TA library, unless you code them yourself, which I will code the ones that I find on TradingView that are interesting to us, and I will put them into Python, and we'll be able to backtest them as well. So you can backtest anything. I mean, you can backtest sentiment from Twitter. You can take the news from CNN and things like that and integrate it into it as well. So you can backtest that as well. As long as you've got the data, you can backtest it.
But you right? There are a lot of libraries online that you can use. You can merge them all together in one big library.
Excuse me. So the TA library for Python, which is probably the most used, has a function that allows you to select all of their created libraries, or all the indicators, sorry, and then you can mix and match them inside of a machine learning algorithm. That already exists, but obviously, if you're looking to do something like the squeeze momentum or something like that, that's a mix of two indicators. So you'd have to code that from A to Z to add that to the list as such.
Okay.
But things like the RSI, for instance, and the MACD and all of that already exist inside of the humongous list, so they can automatically be added.
Fair enough. Yeah, hopefully that is enough.
Yeah, it'll give us a start. It'll give us a start without a doubt.
Yes.
If we can't find something, there's something wrong with us because the list is huge.
Now, then we must find a lot of strategies.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can also test those if they're working on more pairs or other assets.
So, sorry, Mark, I didn't get what you said. Sorry, it cut off at just at the very beginning of your sentence. Sorry. Go again.
You can, while running the tests, you can test them on a few pairs.
Yes,
Or on a few assets. So you see it's a general strategies that can work on a lot of
pairs.
Things that we can try.
Absolutely. The only thing that's limited in Python is the knowledge of the developer. I mean, you can pretty much code anything that you want. It's not limited like TradingView. For instance, I would love to sort of look at arbitrage and maybe build an indicator that does that on TradingView, but TradingView is extremely limited to what we can provide as code, as Python is, like I said, it's pretty much limited to the developer. So as long as the developer's got time and can do it, it's unlimited. So if you want to trade, back test it on every pair under the sun, you can do it as long as you've got the computer power to be able to do it. No problem whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Expectations.
Yeah. Oh, good. No. No, you can't do it, Marco. You can't do it. You can't do it.
David.
Yes.
Someone's put a question in chat saying when we have a course before the smart money concepts. You know that list I sent you? Can you remember last week? That big list, long list. That's how the moon's like?
Sorry. Sorry. I don't want to give things away, so I'll speak to you afterwards, just to make sure that we're on the same wave of length. Is there going to be a course for smart money concepts? Definitely. I will talk about it afterwards. So I'm not sure. Can I put the question back until till Tuesday next week, because I just want to make sure that I'm not giving away anything or saying something that's not correct. So personally, will there be smart money concepts, of course, in the future? I certainly will be doing a lot more videos in the future. Yes, about that.
Because we're leaning towards smart money quite a lot, aren't we? Ever lately over the last few months, and obviously I think it's best route really. To be fair.
Totally agree with you. It certainly seems to be the strategy where most people seem to be making money with manually at the moment. So some people have been using the strategies, but manually at the moment it seems to be the ones that are making the money. It's easy to understand. It has great rules. There's different setups on different time frames. So yes, I believe that smart money concepts is where we should probably be going.
Yeah, until there's everybody at it, and then we'll have to find someone else.
Yeah, the problem is that the guy that sort of come up with it is ICT, and he has a humongous YouTube channel, so a lot more people are definitely onto it already.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard to hide the fair value gaps. I suppose it'd be easy for a big hedge fund to create some and then fake them, I guess. But yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching videos from two years ago, and that I just try and learn every single thing I can about smart money concepts. And there's videos, and after I've watched them, I check the date, and I think, you know. So I know if it's 2-3 years ago, I think to myself, I've got a lot more videos in 2 years to catch up with.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
But they're still fetching new. The videos are still coming out new about it. Do you know what I mean? So it's obviously a big thing how the trading. Do you know what I mean? So
yes.
So a lot of things they just go out the window, don't they? After so long, they lose their novelty, or they lose their people to trade it, or how they're trading it, and it's just something new. But everybody's bad at it. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like a green dot on an indicator. If there's enough people trading it, it's something that I guess is easy to be manipulated by any any hedge fund or whatever as indicators and things like come out. Obviously, it's something that's more manipulative. Can be manipulated a lot more.
I've found that time segmented volume. I find that's brilliant, mate. It's really good.
Yes, it's used a lot in machine learning algorithms as well. So
yeah, because that's the complete truth. You can't be. It's obviously it's not lagging. Can't be manipulated because it's just telling you exactly what is happening. It just seems. I use it all the time now, and it just seems like someone shouldn't trade it out, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But there's a lot of websites that pretty much all of their deep learning and all of that behind it is pretty much based on that single indicator, with obviously a little bit more behind it. But yeah, that single system. Sorry. Just bear me 2 seconds. I believe that. Okay, no, it's fine. On lower time frames, especially, I noticed that Big Money have made adjustments to their algorithm. I've noticed that Big Money have made adjustments to their algorithms and have caused problems for Smart Money. I guess. Like we were just saying, it's something where if they know that the money's down there, the stop losses are down there, that's going to be something that's going to come along without doubt. Equity curve steps. Like I said, now I believe that the smart money concepts comes from a guy called ICT. He's started doing a free YouTube, what could I call it, course, I guess, on smart money, and he's been doing it since the beginning of the year. And I mean, like I said, he's got hundreds of thousands of views from traders. So I guess, like you just said, I guess it could be the time that they're changing their algorithms as such. So we just got to adapt to it.
Yeah, they're going to change it, aren't they? They've got to change it, because if how many people started doing it, it's just they'll do it that way because they're making money, and obviously that's what it's about, and they're doing it. And if everyone's cottoning onto it, and obviously they're going to change it, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. Their algorithms are 100,000 times faster and better than any of ours, so they're going to adapt much faster than us, without a doubt.
We'll find out what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, 100%. We'll just keep scouring until we find the new ways.
Yes,
Because
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
the boom that you can't hide.
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
ICT is in a circle, correct?
Sorry, Inner Circle Trading, yes.
Yeah, okay.
He's done he does I believe it's a weekly video, and they're very much in depth. The second or third video is no, maybe it's the fourth. Yeah, but in the top 5 videos that he did, he goes into fair value gaps and explains everything from A to Z in fair value gaps, and is very, very interesting, I believe. And that's where I
never watched.
You never watched ICT? It is very good. He's very, very good.
Yeah, I've heard from him, but never watched. But there are so many videos on YouTube, like MentFX, and much more forex guys that's showing smart money.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's at it.
Yeah.
Difficult to see them all.
Yeah.
Well,
I think. Sorry, Scripps.
No, go on. It's all right. No, go on. I'm all right.
The actual concept itself comes from ICT. Even when you look at the very beginning of MentFX and things like that, he did say, even Meta Kaplan, he puts ICT logos on his videos and things like that. So I believe it all comes down really from him. It was a paid course up until January this year, and he decided to make it all available on YouTube for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to watch.
Yeah. They're about an hour long. I think there's about 40 of them, so you've got certainly.
I must take a holiday again.
I'm in a couple of groups, and I'm in a couple of groups with, just another couple of trading groups, and some of them are really big. And like when you load it up, there's like that they're a bit different to our group. There's like sections there with like a full like what is it? A course kind of thing. And I speak to one of them who owns the group. I was speaking to him about his group the other day, and I said, "Brilliant! This, really good information. What made you start offering courses in your group?" And he said the same thing. Like obviously he said most of my things, what I learned came from ICT. So and he said I seen them doing this, that, and other, and I decided to follow in his footsteps and put it out there on my Discord group for free as well.
Yeah. No, I don't think ICT particularly likes it. Michael from there, I think he doesn't like it that people copy him. But MentFX is one of them that I'm part of the MentFX group as well, and his information is very, very good. There's a couple of fantastic courses out there, like you just said, about smart money. Maybe the opportunity is to expand and focus to daily plus timeframes for some strategies you make. Yeah, I to be honest, at first a lot of users and members here were looking for more scalping strategies. So that's where I went towards the strategies I always push towards scalping. I did do a daily one, the last one. I think that bot trading, and there's a lot of studies that are out there, and it seems like the 15-minute seems to be the one that pops up the most for algo trading. Is this the channel? Yes, indeed, that is the Inner Circle Traders channel. If you go to the playlists, you can find a playlist called Mentorship 2022, and you'll be able to see that there's like I said about I think it must be 40 videos, if maybe 40 videos, and it's his course from January, and each and every one of them are about an hour long. So good luck with that.
Yeah, just someone's putting comments as well. opportunity to expand on higher time frames.
Yes.
I think it's. This is what I think, and I believe. I think everything comes from that anyway. You're always on your high time frame. That's how I do it lately. And like you said earlier, that is noticed the lower time frames not being as good. I've noticed that too, but I just thought it wasn't like they weren't that good. I just thought it's because now I've started going on to higher time frames. I just think it's you're used to low time frames now. Do you know what I mean? So then when you get to higher time frames and everything seems a bit more, real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And manually, I always do like yourself. Multiple time frames. I go through from the higher time frames in the morning and then go down. Then I choose my entries thanks to the ABC patterns, and then I use the fair value gaps. I then try to go from I was mainly on 1 hour until I started posting on the Discord recently, because a lot of people asked me to try and get more entries on a slightly lower time frame. So that's what I'm trying at the moment. But 15-minute I'm on at the moment, and then I try to take the fair value gaps. I draw them on there, because obviously when you move down to a lower time frame, the fair value gap may change. And then I go down and try and move my fair value gaps down to a 2-minute time frame, so just to make sure that they're still valid. So yeah, just like yourself, I go from a high time frame down to a low time frame.
I think the 2-minute time frame when you go down to follow their fair value gaps, so they're obviously they're good, but you just if you base an entry on a high time frame kind of thing, not an entry, but if you base your trade on a high time frame bias, I think the 2 minutes can like throw you off a bit. Because there's that many value gaps. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't ever try to find fair value gaps on the 2 minute. I literally go down to the 2 minute to try and make sure that they're not mitigated on a 2 minute, because last thing I want to do is think that there's something below me, and then if I go down to the 2 minute, they've already been tapped into and mitigated. So that's why I go down. The reason, there's a reasoning behind all of these fair value gaps and the algorithms by the big hedge funds, as far as I can see and understand. If a fair value gap has already been mitigated on a really low time frame, I guess it's no longer valid. So that's why I go and check. That's my idea behind it as such. But I certainly wouldn't go and look for them on a low time frame.
Yeah. I mean, I had a trade last week, and when I dropped that, I started. I drew. What I've been doing ever lately is on the 4 hour, finding the recent swing, going low, lining it up, putting lines on it, and took 1 hour doing the same there. And I've just been trading from them. Obviously, the gap between the 1 hour and the 4 hour, that's my extremity gap. So when it's up there, I know it's got best chance to coming down in between the 1 hour and the 4 hour thing. And then obviously I use just the 50% line from the 4 hour swing high and low, and I use that as to trade to.
Okay, yeah, same sort of kind of thing as I do as such. My strategies have a problem converting ticks to dollars. I'll have a look. I'm not sure. I'll have a look. Well, if you say it is, obviously it is. I will have a look and try and fix that. Let me write that down as well. Ticks dollars on bond futures. Okay. Ticks to dollars. Bonds. I'll have a look. There is a screenshot of the study error. Okay, thank you very much, Bailey. Thank you for sending these all to me. It helps me a lot to be able to find the problems. and fix them as we go along. Thank you very much. Cool. So so I will release the one as we're finishing here. Like I said, not particularly to start trading it or whatever. It's really very much to get the ideas back from you guys, so I can really start adding the setups for everybody through the future, through the foreseeable future. I hope to continue adding the best setups to it. As always, I'd just like to push the point off, because it's all set up and everything. If possible, take the idea from the one and then put it into the actual trading strategy, because obviously you'll be able to see what affects what and things like that. But it's there as a tool if you want it. Has anybody got any other questions that I can answer maybe? Cool. Okay, thanks for the screenshot edit. I will save that to my computer and have a look this evening. Cool. Thank you very much for everybody for joining me. Vlad, as soon as he comes online on Tuesday, we'll talk about submitting your entries, if anybody wants to start submitting entries. If you do submit an entry to Vlad in the meantime, obviously it will still be valid and all of that, so don't worry about that. Thank you once again to everybody. I will be back here on Tuesday. Tomorrow the video is just about the fair value gaps, a bit about my trading strategy. It was requested in the thread that I created. So I've just gone through the actual trading strategy that I do daily. Thanks to everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see everybody on Tuesday.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Hey,